Hello everyone and welcome to the Mindfulness guided meditation. Thank you for being here. Your presence counts. We're here to support each other in our formal mindfulness practice because we know that the theory is very interesting, but it's the practice that counts. And today I'm going to share a few words on gratitude, which seems relevant because it's Thanksgiving. So I'm glad you're here. We'll do 10 minutes mindfulness of the breath together, remembering to be especially kind and gentle with ourselves as we meditate. And it's the kindness that helps us with the awareness and the acceptance. Put aside the judging mind, and if it pops up, we just notice it's there. It helps to have a dignified posture. It keeps us alert. And so when you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. Coming into the moment through the physical sensations of sitting. Aware of our contact with the chair, with the cushion. Noticing the places of pressure, of warmth, of touch, of contact, and the places where the physical sensations are less evident. Entering into the world of the senses, feeling the body rather than thinking about it. Maybe aware of our feet on the floor or folded underneath us. And we may be aware of the physical sensations in our hands, wherever they're resting. Coming home to the self, coming home to the moment. And once we've landed, however perfectly or imperfectly, we invite our attention to the breath. Allowing the body to breathe at its own natural rhythm. And we notice the gentle movement generated with each inhalation and each exhalation. noticing the flow, noticing the pauses. Aware of the belly moving, the ribs rising and falling. And bringing the mind back with kindness each time it wanders. We might notice the air passing in the nostrils, in the throat. Maybe the caress of air is more evident on one side than the other. We just pick up the detail as best we can, being with our experience of now, aware of what's there and accepting what's there. Taking a warm and gentle approach. Being kind with each moment of observation. Whether the mind is focused or drifting. We adopt the position of the witness. Aware of the moment without judgment. Noticing this breath and this one. Changing nothing, simply observing as closely as we can the physical experience of breathing. And with extra warmth and kindness, we observe and accept our meditation of the breath. Exactly the way it is. And just a few more breaths in acceptance and viewed with loving kindness. And keeping our eyes closed, we listen to 3 bells, receiving the sound, aware of the tone, and aware of the spaces between in the silence. And when we're ready, opening our eyes and being aware of that transition too. I'm grateful to be here today with Catherine. These are her lovely bells, which have a beautiful tone, don't they? So we're sharing some Thanksgiving Day today together. And have you noticed, this comes up in class sometimes, people say, I have everything I need to be happy and I'm not happy. I know that I'm fortunate, but all I do is think about the difficulties or what I don't have. And I think it's worth exploring today and realizing that this isn't our fault, and it's not because we're bad or negative people that we're looking at the difficult or the negative more than we look at the positive. It's the way our brains are wired. And Rick Hanson, who wrote The Buddha's Brain, explains beautifully that our ancestors were constantly on the lookout for dangers and threats. And those who were vigilant all the time, they lived, they were not bitten by snakes or eaten by tigers, and they survived to pass on their genes. And so those are the genes that we have. And we actually remember and record negative events much more quickly than positive ones. It takes a millisecond for a negative experience to be recorded, but for something pleasant to be remembered, it takes a lot longer. It can be up to 20 seconds before our brains will really make a record of a positive event. So knowing that and doing our mindfulness, we can see where the mind's going, constantly off to that person left a piece of their pumpkin pie, maybe they didn't like it, maybe I didn't cook the pastry quite right. We notice in a room full of people, the one person who's not smiling at us. And it's not, as I've said, because we're negative or bad people. It's because we were hardwired to prefer the negative, and it was of an evolutionary advantage. So when we're doing our mindfulness meditation and we're constantly aware of the now and we're aware of where the mind goes, we can notice, there's a negative spiral. Here I go, picking up the difficult. And we can view that with detachment, and then accepting that this is our experience of now. So we've been aware, and then we're accepting our experience of now. We can then choose to take an action, which Rick Hanson calls bringing in the good. So when something good happens, like a lovely day with your friend on Thanksgiving, take the time to really notice and to open up and let it come in, and allow time, and not only to think this is a lovely event, but to really feel it. And the mind and the body will remember that experience, and it will be stored as a nice balance to all those difficult moments and the preference that we have for noticing the difficult. So I hope that helps you to really feel grateful on Thanksgiving Day. We have a lot to be grateful for, and I'm grateful that you're here and that we can share this regularly. So keep up the formal practice, and I'll see you again soon for another shared meditation online. Have a mindful day. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye for now.